What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you're new to the channel, I'm Gold Pony. I do new car, truck, SUV reviews on YouTube, and today we're in the brand new 2022 Subaru WRX, courtesy of Apple Subaru in York, PA. For more information on their inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. And so we're in this one today because it has been completely redesigned for the 2022 model year, and this has been an incredibly fun car for me to test drive in the previous years that I've done this one. So I'm quite excited to see how I think about the new redesign. So having said that, in this video we will be testing out and going over everything about this one, from acceleration to braking, steering feel, ride quality, sound system, exhaust clip, all that fun stuff. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and make our way to pricing. And so there will be a few different trim levels for the 2022 WRX. The base WRX starts at $29,605. Premium for $32,105, limited, which is the one we were in today, starting at $36,495, and lastly the GT starting at $42,395. But regardless of which trim level that you go with, the power plant on this one is going to be the same. Powering the beast is a 2.4 liter turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, putting out 271 horsepower at 5,600 RPM, 258 pound-feet of torque, coming in at 2,000 RPM. Power sent to all four wheels through Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive system through either a 6-speed manual or a CVT, which is actually the one that we have today. But I will say I have driven the 6-speed manual, and I know I had a blast with it in the past, so definitely a very nice transmission option for the manual if you wanted to go that route. But overall 0 to 60 time should come in at approximately 5 seconds flat, with MPG numbers coming in at 19 in the city and 25 or 26 on the highway, depending upon which transmission option that you go with. So before we do any kind of fun paddle shifter or acceleration test here in our new WRX, I want to mention to you guys the drive modes. It is labeled SI drive, and it is on the steering wheel, and through that you can either put it in intelligent or sport sharp, and essentially it's going to adjust things like the shift points, throttle response, and the steering sensitivity slightly as well. So now, having got all of that out of the way, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and put the paddle shifters here to the test first, and let's see how quickly these paddle shifters are going to react for us here. All right, so before we do this, there is a full manual shift mode. Keep in mind this is a CVT, so it's going to be simulated shifting, but just simply slide the shifter all the way to the back and to the left there, and that's going to give me full control over the shifting. All right, and let's go ahead and give this a shot here. I'm in first simulated gear. Not bad. Wow. All right, that's kind of fun. I gotta be honest, even with this being a CVT, the paddle shifters do react insanely quick, at least when it comes to simulated shifting, but that was kind of fun. I didn't mind that, actually. So let's get back full control now to the WRX. Let's give the acceleration here a chance with the WRX having full control, and let's see how quickly this thing feels getting up to 60 in 5 seconds flat. All right, you guys, from a standstill in 3, 2, 1, go. Wasn't really any turbo lag, that's nice. This thing's dead quick. Definitely not gonna have any issues merging onto the highway, but I think we all know that. But yeah, there wasn't really any turbo lag, which kind of surprised me, because typically with turbocharged engines, you get a little bit of it at least. So that wasn't that bad, and definitely a very quick acceleration. And I think that it would definitely give the 6-speed manual a run for its money. Having said that, the 6-speed is going to be far more engaging just because you get to road your own gears, but still, that was a decent acceleration. I'll just put it that way. But anyways, to go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. And so up front you will find 12.4-inch ventilated front discs with dual piston front calipers. In the back, 11.4-inch solid rear discs with single piston rear calipers. As far as the braking feel goes, it is definitely on the firmer side of things, which I personally appreciate, especially in a car like the WRX. But then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get a strut type front suspension, in the back double wishbone type rear suspension, front and rear stabilizer bars. But did want to also mention, if you were to go with the GT trim level, you will also get a sport tuned adaptive damping suspension. And if you watch any of my other reviews, you guys know that I always say whenever there's an adaptive suspension available, I always tend to lean towards getting that, because it is a very noticeable difference. What it does is essentially monitor each shock absorber individually, not only giving you a smoother ride, but also tightening up that suspension during heavy cornering, really giving you the best of both worlds. And so as far as ride quality goes, I will say you do tend to feel a little bit more of the road, and typically in vehicles like the WRX, that is going to be the case. So you can definitely feel a little bit more of the road, feel a lot of the road imperfections, but again, that's to be expected. And if you're going with the WRX anyways, that really shouldn't bother you, if I'm being honest. But touching that on steering feel, honestly, it kind of surprised me. It's all right, I will say that, but I would have expected a little bit heavier of a steering feel for a vehicle like the WRX. It's just kind of average for the segment. It's definitely not a loose steering feel, but it's not a heavy steering feel either. So I was kind of expecting, with this being the vehicle that it is, it to feel like, I don't know, maybe a Mustang or a Challenger or something like that. But wouldn't have minded, I guess I'm trying to say, wouldn't have minded if they made the steering feel a little bit heavier maybe in the next generation. I'll just put it that way. But anyways, then touching on cabin noise, I'm going 17 miles per hour right now. So having said that, there's not a heck of a lot of exterior wind noise coming into the cabin. So honestly, that hasn't been too bad. You get a little bit of road noise, but there's no wind noise really. So I don't mind that. And touching on visibility, I can see 100% perfectly fine out the back. I would definitely say one of the better vehicles when it comes to rear visibility. So definitely having no issues there. But it pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2022 Subaru WRX. And so here she is, you guys, the brand new 2022 completely redesigned WRX. And so definitely a very unique look to it, and yet it's still recognizable from the previous generation. But let's go ahead and start up front on the WRX here. Matte black front lip and front grille will come standard. Revised hood scoop, you guys could probably tell that, feeding air directly to the top. It is a top mount intercooler that can be found just within that hood scoop, so that is pretty cool. To the sides, LED headlights do come standard for every single trim level across the board. Big fan of that. It will come with the automatic feature, meaning when it starts to get dark at night, these headlights will turn on automatically for you there. LED daytime running lights also coming standard, but not only that, automatic high beams actually come standard on every single trim level across the board as well. Not all manufacturers are doing that right now, so did want to emphasize that. LED steering responsive headlights then coming with the limited and GT trims. Essentially what that is when you're going around a bend at night, those headlights are going to swivel based on the direction of your steering angle, better help at illuminating when it's around that bend. So it's kind of a safety feature there. And then if you were to go with the premium trim level and up, you will also get LED fog lights down below then as well. But pretty much rounds out the front end of this one. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side of the WRX. It's a bit now since we are around to the side of this one. Black window surrounds will come standard, matte black side skirts and wheel arches as well coming standard. Taking a look at the side mirrors, they are body colored power adjustable side mirrors, and then if you were to go with the limited like we have today or the GT trims, you will get integrated turn signals within those side mirrors then as well. Then take a look down at the wheel configuration. 17 by 8 inch gray aluminum alloys coming with that base trim level. Then if you were to jump up to the premium or limited, you're going to get 18 by 8.5 inch dark gray aluminum alloys, and then the GT is going to be 18 by 8.5 inches once again, but this time in a matte gray finish. So a little differentiation there, but pretty much rounds out the side profile here. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the back. So now since we are around to the back of this one, body colored rear spoiler is going to come on the premium trim level and up. LED taillights coming standard, and I love the crystal-like effect. They put so much detail into these rear taillights. It's one of my favorite parts about the exterior design of the WRX is just how much detail they put into these taillights specifically. So big fan of that. Matte black rear bumper, of course, tying together with the rest of the matte black accents on the exterior here, and then down below it all, dual exhaust outlets with quad stainless steel tips. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. But now since we are around to the back of this one, when it comes to opening that rear trunk, it is a manual rear trunk, and there is a button to unlock it on the actual key fob itself if you like. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 12.5 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, there is a 60-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down for quite a bit of extra space then. If you needed it, you will find some cargo lighting in that cargo area, of course. And if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you will find a tire inflator kit with some in-floor storage actually as well. well, where you could possibly put maybe an ice scraper if you live in Pennsylvania like I do. So that is going to be there for you too. But anyways, let's now go ahead and make our way to the rear legroom. That's coming in at 36.5 inches. For reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had back there. You will actually find dual rear USB charging ports for the premium trim level and up. Also with that premium trim level and up, you're going to get a rear center armrest with cup holders for the rear passengers as well. The one thing I wish the WRX did come with, because a lot of sedans in this segment are going to get it, and that is going to be rear ventilation. There's no rear air vents in the back, so wouldn't have minded if Subaru added that, at least to maybe some of the top trim levels. That's all I'm saying. But so now making our way to the front seat, 6-way manually adjustable front seats coming with the base and premium, 8-way power driver seat for the GT, 10-way power driver seat for the limited, Recaro performance front seats for the GT trim level only. You will get a suede leather combination finish for the limited that we have today. I love this combination, definitely a big fan of that. Cloth seating is going to come with the base and premium trim levels, and then heated front seats coming with the premium trim level and up. Having said that, as far as seat comfort goes, the bolsters on these seats were definitely plenty fine, and again, I love the suede and leather combination. That's my favorite seat configuration, so definitely a big fan of that. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel. It is tilt and telescoping. It is leather wrapped. It does come actually with a flat bottom as well, which is pretty cool. Then make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key here. Essentially all of your buttons are on one side. Got lock, unlock, and that button to unlock the rear trunk there as well. But essentially it is all keyless entry with a push button start if you were to go with the premium trim level and up. So having said that, all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button. And so once started up, when it comes to the gauge cluster, tachometer is all the way to your left, speedometer is to your right, and there is a digital display front and center, and that is completely customizable by using the steering wheel mounted controls, of course, giving you things like your outside temperature. Got your SI drive information can be found up there as well. How many miles you have left until you hit empty, trip A, trip B, the list goes on. So pretty much everything you possibly want on the digital portion of the gauges. Having said that, wouldn't have minded if they added a full digital gauge cluster up there, as many other manufacturers are doing right now. But now let's go ahead and make our way to overall interior quality. A power moonroof coming with the limited and GT, and that power moonroof, by the way, is optional on the premium if you wanted to go that route. Automatic climate control coming with the base, but then dual zone climate control coming with the premium trim level and up. You will find red contrast stitching essentially everywhere, from just above the passenger side glove box to the doors. Like I said, pretty much everywhere, so that's pretty cool. Just in front of the shifter, you're going to find a little bit of rubberized storage. You got dual USB charging ports, an auxiliary port, and a 12-volt power outlet up there as well. Just behind that, you will find dual cup holders, and there is a decent amount of storage within the center armrest as well. But overall, I like the interior quality. It's definitely more practical, more to the point, and kind of as I expected it to be in the WRX. Then make our way to the infotainment screen. 7-inch color touchscreen display is going to come with the base trim level. However, if you were to go with the premium trim level and up, you're going to get that 11.6-inch color touchscreen display that's going to come with Bluetooth and audio streaming, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Factory navigation system is going to come with the limited and GT trim levels. Climate control settings can be found up there as well, of course, and your radio information. And so when it comes to the sound systems, the base and premium trims are going to give you 6 speakers. However, if you were to go with the limited or GT, you will get an 11-speaker Harman Kardon sound system with 504 watts. So having said that, that is the one we have today. So what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one. Harman Kardon sound system is definitely where it's at. Good bit of bass, plenty of clarity. Honestly, for the size of this vehicle, that sound system is perfect for the WRX. But anyways, and so the last thing I want to mention to you guys on that infotainment screen is when you do put the WRX in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board, letting you know who or what is behind you, which is always is going to lead us into safety. And so to start, IIHS top safety pick for the 2021 model year. I would imagine it would be the same, if not better, just because typically with newer generations of vehicles, they only get better when it comes to safety, at least. But did want to mention that for the 2021 model year, front side curtain airbags do come standard. Driver's knee airbag up front as well. In the back, you're going to have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children. For the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system. But then if you were to go with the premium trim level and up, that's going to add automatic collision notification, SOS emergency assistance, and enhanced road sign assistance then as well. Then if you were to go with the limited or GT trims, you're going to get blind spot detection with lane change assist and rear cross traffic alert. Then if you were to go with the GT trim level only, you're going to get reverse automatic braking and Subaru EyeSight, which is going to include adaptive cruise control with lane centering, pre-collision braking, lane departure and sway warning, and lane keep assist then as well. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts, this is definitely a very quick car, and I gotta say, even with the CVT transmission, it's an extremely quick car without a doubt. I'll definitely say that. Legendary Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system as well, so very easily can be driven in the dirt or the snow, because that is what this all-wheel drive system essentially was built for. I do like the large touchscreen display. I think that is pretty cool as well. You got great resale value. I think everyone knows that at this point. Subaru has a great resale value, but specifically the WRXs are absolutely amazing when it comes to that. As far as room for improvement goes, like I mentioned to you guys, a digital gauge cluster would be super nice. It is a little bit more of a rougher ride, I will say that as well. I know Subaru claimed that they improved upon that a little bit, and maybe they did, but it is still definitely, it rides more on the rougher side without a doubt. Ambient lighting would definitely be nice in this thing as well, and there is no rear ventilation available. And so, but that is about it for this one, you guys. Let me know what you think of the WRX in the comments section below. Always love reading your comments. Feel free to follow me on social media if you want to see what's coming next on the channel before it actually gets to YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button if you're into new car reviews. That is what we do here on this channel after all. Do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Stay gold.